Glow?
Live on YouTube.
YouTube, what's going on? What's the word?
Facebook is popping up now.
Boom, boom. There you all see my hand as I try to light this screen.
You see my hand as I grab my coffee?
There we go. You know how we do it. Good morning, what's going on, Antonio? Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Is this live? Oh. Welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto episode 58. Wow. I am King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community.
Yes.
Bring it together.
Bring it together. What's going on, Cat, P-Man, Bam? What's up? What's up?
Oh, yeah.
Another fine day. Yeah, it's been crazy. We've all seen the trading, whatever. Our phone's been going off the hook. What's going on, Cat Tree? How you doing? Phone's been off the hook this morning, people, so you know we get started at 10-ish. For our viewers out there who have our personal phone number, it is hard for us to start on time if you all keep calling us, so please give us a break before 10 a.m.
I just want to take a nap, man.
You know what I mean? But that's what happens to the price. You know, nobody wants to call you when it's $500 a Bitcoin, but when it's 12, 13,000, it is ringing. So. Yeah. All good. Today, a lot of good news. What's the free Bitcoin first?
For the free Bitcoin, hey Ted, hey Stephanie, thanks for joining. The free Bitcoin, well, yesterday the question was, what company do you think will be next to block or ban Bitcoin payments? And Ian Holder, congratulations on a good response. Ian actually was talking about TransferWise, who he said they're in competition with Western Union, but he made a good point that any money transfer service is in competition with Bitcoin, so
that's true.
I can see, and also some people put MoneyGram. Multiple people did. I mean, we discussed MoneyGram, so yeah, of course. But yeah, TransferWise is another one. So Ian, I'll be sending you that free Bitcoin later today. So thanks for that comment, and look out, like I said, for the free Bitcoin today. So
what's going on, Bitcoin?
Cash App. Oh yeah, they just added more people to Cash App. So
yep. All right. So first story going. First of all, you know what? You know how we like to start it with a smile. The dinosaur of the Alex Daly, Bitcoin. Actually, Bitcoin hit 12K the other day, folks. This past weekend,
Bitcoin hit 13K.
Yeah, Bitcoin hit 13K Sunday. You all got to be on this trading thing 24/7. So the fact that it's just now being in the news and stuff, people again, like sell the news. This is like Bitcoin's second or third time at this price. You said going on 15K, but hey, that's a bold prediction, Alex. We hope so.
Oh yeah.
So for today, we have a new dinosaur of the day. I tell you, I mean. We really think on a daily basis that the world will let us down and not provide us with a dinosaur. We don't do it every day, but for some reason they just keep throwing new ones at us. So today is the quote-unquote the commodities king. Dennis Gartman continues to say he will not buy Bitcoin in spite of recent news that crypto has been approved for futures trading on a number of exchanges. He was speaking on Fast Money, and Gartman reiterated his view that Bitcoin is in a tulip mania stage and will inevitably pop. In quotes, he put Bitcoin on a volatile day moves 15 and 20%. How can you margin something that can move 15 to 20% on a regular basis? It's the volatility that frightens me. Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna get it. Oh, how could you not margin it? Clearly, you don't know how to trade, buddy.
Because I mean, well, when you got years of how can I make this 3%? Oh man, and then boom, 15% smack in the face comes. Yeah, that's a little different. But yeah, he was on Fast Money.
Somebody said they want that. Antonio said he want that, or no, New Zealand said he want that Bitcoin hoodie. We about to start selling all these Bitcoin clothing. We're not giving away no promos. No, I'm playing. The website you got it from is down right now, right?
No. I got it from. It's another place that has the same ones. What is
going on?
All things decentralized. I'll post that again. But yeah, that's crazy, man. He was on Fast Money, more like Scared Money, because
is it more like Scared Money?
Hey, Scared Money don't make nothing.
Scared Money don't make money.
It's crazy to me that these are the people they consider smart, or the people they trust with their money, and they're like, I don't know how to do it. That's not a good answer, buddy. I don't know what else to tell you. So
yeah, I mean, again, we talked about this the other day. I mean, these people are really coming. It's crazy. This is the commodities king. These people who have been controlling our money for the last for your life entirely, are now saying, well, we don't like this because we don't know what it is. We don't know how to trade it. We don't know anything about it. Therefore, it must be in a tulip bubble, tulip mania.
I'm tired of hearing about tulips.
Oh my goodness.
I might make a tulips t-shirt and just be like,
there
Bitcoin
we go.
Is tulips.
Yeah, Bitcoin is tulips. That's right. And who doesn't like tulips?
Matter of fact, let's create a cryptocurrency, Bitcoin tulips.
I know, right?
Just pump it and dump it, and this is what you all are looking for. But the real Bitcoin, no.
So yeah, again, use our official dyno of the day. Hold on, I actually think I had the sound loaded today from the P-Man Van gave us a good little dinosaur. Here we go. Let me put this bad boy on repeat real quick.
Somebody just asked about crypto kitties. I tried. Actually, the site went down a couple times, but I'm trying. I'm gonna have a crypto kitty up there soon, or a few. I'm about to breed the whole family.
To make this official, Dennis Gartman, they call you the Commodities King. We call you our dinosaur of the day. I gotta get a louder one.
Oh, we gotta put that on the speaker.
Yeah, I gotta get a louder one. Mm-hmm. You all can kind of hear it. He's our dino of the day. I'll get it on the speaker next time. There we go. That's our dinosaur nose. So shout out to the P-Man Van. Oh, yeah. But yeah, people, listen, it's ridiculous. You know, Bitcoin's about to touch 13K. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you know, Bitcoin's day has been in almost 4 years. I'm heading around that corner to that full to some change. And I mean, people, when we were buying it at $500, you know, or wherever Bitcoin's day was buying at to 13K, there's still people who just want to fight so hard against it. So I can't wait to see them crash and burn. You know, hopefully they're still alive. These are dinosaurs, you know, they go extinct. But hopefully they're still in the business game and we can watch that transfer of wealth and power all at once.
Oh, yeah.
All right, enough about old people. Let's see, here's a good story. Newest nominee to the Federal Reserve, Marvin Goodfriend, has been hailed as both a visionary and the worst Fed nominee of all time. They said this potential Fed member has a positive impact on the Bitcoin market and he has anti-cash views, which have been criticized because he says it's a form of monetary strangulation and government control into personal finance, like nothing the U.S. has seen to date. Fully agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, finally, we got somebody that might be going to the Fed that understands. You said he ain't my friend. We got somebody that's going to the Fed that understands that cash is not the way of the future. Finally.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anti-cash. And it's already started. I think I may have tweeted it out, but probably a few months ago, the Fed Reserve Chair, the old Fed Reserve Chair, actually talked in 2016 about getting rid of the $100 and the $50 bill as a start. And he said that, you know, cashless societies are a foregone conclusion. It's just a matter of how and when. And I've been saying it for a few years now for people who have heard me talk about Bitcoin, that when the cost of printing a dollar costs more than the dollar, you think they're going to keep printing it? No, it's going to be a whole wide-scale adoption of either cryptocurrencies that are decentralized or centralized cryptocurrencies, which they're trying to start now. Cash will be almost mute, and it'll be something, it'll actually be kind of like in, was it India, I believe? They did the cash grab, where, where they basically told them on Monday, you need to turn in your 500 and 100 rupees.
Yeah. They're not working out no more
by Friday. Yeah. And it was just, you know,
and they closed the banks when they did it. That was the crazy part. They told them, for us, it'd be like a $50 and $100 bill. They was like, hey, these things aren't worth anymore. You need to turn them in if you want your money back. And then they were like, but the bank's gonna be closed all week, so good luck getting to one.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I kind of feel bad because our news cycle doesn't, you know, show this stuff in other countries, how crazy it is, and we've never had that here except in the 20s. My grandmother may remember that. She was alive during the Great Depression, but nobody that, you know, is around our age can foresee a bank run, so to say. Like, showing up at your bank, the doors are closed, and they're like, we ain't got nothing for you, man. ATM's down. You know, what would you do? That's one of the problems we see with government control fiat. They can just hit the switch. I hear people say a lot, what if somebody in Bitcoin turns the switch off? Or what if they shut down a server? Which is hilarious because that's the point of decentralization. You can't shut it down. But with a bank, you can. A bank, they can flip that switch and be like, hey man, we broke, so are you, sorry. Don't come back.
Exactly. That's gonna say, so are you? Like,
don't come back anymore.
Right.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. So, good thing there'll be a lot of cheap buildings for sale. They already have the infrastructure in them to do something.
Oh, yeah. They got nice couches in some of these banks.
Would they still collect your mortgage if they're still closed? Oh, come on. You know they're not gonna have a problem collecting. They're just gonna have a problem giving out.
Yeah. Make yourself recession proof with crypto.
There you go. Oh, I like that.
Don't steal my quote, people.
We need to make that into a little shirt or hoodie.
Yeah.
All right, so another interesting story out, and big shout out to Bitcoin Vegan who pointed this one out to us yesterday. Mecklenburg County, North Carolina. I'm sure none of you have heard of it. You're not missing anything, but that is
my home county.
Yeah, that is where both Bitcoin Zay and I, we actually went to high school in the same county too. Yeah. Bitcoin Zay and I both went to high school in Mecklenburg County in North Carolina. Before we met years later in college. He was a standout athlete. I was a standout athlete. Mecklenburg was all the noise. No, but seriously, Steph Curry was there too.
Yeah,
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry,
you know, so it's a lot of people coming from North Carolina. But an interesting story is that it looks like Mecklenburg County has been held at Bitcoin ransomware. They got hit with ransomware and they were getting held for 2 Bitcoins, which is very interesting. That is,
I mean, it's
hit the city.
I was gonna say
hit the county.
It's one of those things that it hit the entire county. Like, people don't understand. Like, they're almost operations are done unless they can find the ransom for it, which is crazy because me as a resident have tried to show people about Bitcoin in Mecklenburg County for years. Nobody listened to me in the local government. Nobody listened to me in none of these highfalutin business groups. Nobody would listen to me. And now these are the people that have to try and recover an entire county's worth of information and data because of Bitcoin ransom. And I talk about ransomware in my starter guide. They could have just bought a $10 starter guide and been fine.
There you go. I definitely think it's somebody that's local. It's somebody that lives in Mecklenburg County because they're only asking for 2 Bitcoin, which I mean isn't, in the big scheme of things, isn't a lot of money. When you're looking at an entire county that's under what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? They're held hostage right now, I guess. But again, this is a small scale. What we've already seen with the Equifax, Deloitte. Is that how I pronounce it?
Yeah,
I can't pronounce it. Yeah, Deloitte. And some of these other big hacks. This is and I think this is what's coming next. Clearly, cities are using the same infrastructure. Counties are using the same infrastructure as some of these businesses are. And if Equifax can be hit, then I'm pretty sure, I mean, even here in LA, I'm pretty sure LA County can be hit as well if they're getting Equifax, who has your social security number.
I hope not with Silicon Valley out here.
Yeah, well, that is the only saving grace. So, yeah, I mean, again, interesting story. We're starting to see ransomware spread. We did a security article on that already, but make sure, people, you are not buying Bitcoin and doing stuff within the crypto space on the same user side and the same servers and everything that you're doing with just regular browsing. So right now, us talking to you, we wouldn't have a crypto window open trading at the same time. You want those to be on 2 totally different computers if possible, but if not possible, you can log out that user, re-log back into a new one, and set up a whole new profile. You don't want those on the same one. So that was an interesting story. Bitfinex. Bitfinex is swinging back. What's going on with Bitfinex?
Well, Bitfinex, touted as the largest exchange by volume in the world for margin trading, is actually having some trouble with their tethers. The tether printing, if you don't know what tether is a ambitious cryptocurrency-like product that pegs 1 tether to $1. So basically, if you have 100 tethers, you have $100. But Tether is able to be used in trading with cryptocurrency. So people use that as sort of a dollar way to margin trade. The problem is that they print tethers, at scheduled times, and whenever millions of tethers come out, the price usually pumps. The issue with that is that if Tether comes out and the price is pumping, they have to actually be able to have the cash reserves to honor the tethers. Because if you transfer it back through the exchange, you want to get your US dollars. So the problem with that is people are saying they don't have the money, or they can't prove that they have enough money.
Allegedly, because we don't want them. They're going after YouTubers and social media people now. So
allegedly. Hey, especially as somebody growing up in America, you always want to use allegedly because people, you
can use it whatever. You can use it for whatever.
Especially being black, allegedly is my middle name. Allegedly. Because people can just bring up stuff. But yeah, so Bitfinex is an investor in Tether, and I'm pretty sure they have the money. They just have to show the proof. And I think one of the problems that's going on right now is that exchanges that are having trouble, like we've seen Bitfinex go down, GDAX went down last night. When the price jumps, this is when exchanges get crazy.
Always happens, people.
Yep.
When the price is at like all-time highs, I mean, exchanges start jacking up, and there's a reason why, because we pointed this out months ago. We're pretty sure they're doing fractional reserve, just like a regular bank would. It's a big company. At the end of the exchange, are big companies, and you tell me if I have 200 or 300 million in cash reserves, I'm not going to take some of that and re-diversify into something else and try to make more money. I mean, so it's, again, I think it's fractional reserve allegedly, but. So the thing about Tether, and once again, we hit on this again. I think I tried to sign up with Tether earlier this year, and this one, my red flag went off, and we just decided not to use it. We tried to sign up. It took about 6 to 8 weeks to sign up. Finally got on there, and then till this day right now, my account still hasn't been like fully processed through where I can buy. It's not letting me buy. It hasn't never let me buy, and I'm glad it didn't because you know, when I took a step back after the sign up process that took so long, and I was like, all right, this is red flag already. Yeah. And then you know, once you start learning the crypto space even more, it's like, well, you know, you really don't need a tether.
Yeah,
you really don't need. Like, I still don't understand the reason for a tether in general.
Been in 4 years, never used it.
Right,
never signed up. No reason to.
Yeah, so there's no reason to really say. But so some of the story, Bitfinex, their legal team is going after certain social media stars and YouTubers who are saying that, you know, it's a scam going on. And again, not saying that it is, but from what I understand, their banking relationships with some of the major banks have been severed. So I kind of want to know why as well. But Bitfinex's statement was, to date, quote, to date, every claim made by these bad actors has been patently false and made simply to agitate the cryptocurrency ecosystem. As a result, Bitfinex has decided to assert all of his legal rights and remedies against the agitator and his associates. So, again, you know, for them to kind of go after people, I don't get that. Like, it's nothing to go after. Just do an audit. Do a real audit and show everybody if what you're saying is true. Like, but hey, everyone has their own.
It'll take some time, but yeah, it's one of those things. They got to clear that up, or we might see Mt. Gox 2.0. Anybody that was around to see the first Mt. Gox, especially now with the price where it's at now, there are a lot of people who lost millions, because back then they may have had, you know, 10, 20 Bitcoin, 30, you know, whatever. But going forward, they were like, oh yeah, I lost some money. But looking at the price now, they really lost some money. So Bitfinex is doing whatever. We'll see. Like I said, we keep it, you know, we keep it right in the middle. We don't really take sides with anything because gotta wait for the facts to come out.
Yeah, what's going on, Lana, too? So you say what's up. Thanks for watching, tuning in. Let's see. Malcolm Mason says, no way they have the money at these valuations. And he says these valuations have been held up by fake USD. Yeah, that's what we kind of agreed to.
Yeah.
Let me see. You said, Antonio said someone called him today saying Bitcoin is a scam and he can't sign with Coinbase. Yeah, people, when the price is all time high, it's gonna get like, you know, and even bigger. One of the things we keep hitting on, which is really brought to our attention yesterday, with, you know, speaking with some legal advisors, it is very clear now that the United States government, I mean, this is true, they do not want small, you know, mom and pops. They don't want regular people buying Bitcoin. Like, literally. Like, you don't understand. Like, I mean, I'm as closest to the horse's mouth from the SEC as I can be. I'll say that. And the word I got yesterday was like, they do not want regular people buying crypto. And their reason, they said, is, you know, advisory that's too high risk for you all right now.
Like a parent.
You know, your daddy government saying it's too high risk.
Too high risk.
But again, you know, that just goes along with whether it's the exchanges at the all-time highs having problems, the government not helping out, or not even making it legal to do certain things in the space. It's a reason. Yeah. If they're telling you to stay away from this for so much, you know, I'm going towards it personally.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I mean, I've always historically done the opposite of what the government tells me to do, and it's worked out pretty good. Usually, if they tell you to do something, or they push something, or something is, you know, basically regulated, it's for you to stay in line, which is never a way to win, is to stay with the crowd, stay with the sheep. And it's crazy now because people think, you know, the sheep are people joining crypto, when in actuality it was the people who keep touting banks or whatnot from before, you know, people that started before. So yeah, so watch yourself for that.
Malcolm Madison asks, who actually uses Bitfinex and how is it so big? So Bitfinex is good for the margin on there.
Europeans.
Yeah, the EU, the margin trading, as well as some of the pairs are pretty decent. I mean, it's not a terrible exchange. It's just the fact that they have this whole thing going on with the partnership with Tether, and nobody knows what the banking situation looks like. There's rumors left and right. And to me, just from a PR standpoint, as a company, instead of them coming out, literally doing a full all, laying out, showing people, hey, this is what we know, communicating, they're starting to sue people, or they're going after people legally. So, you know, you look at that from a, you know, that's what people do when they lose. When people get mad, they swing, they hit you. You know, when people are mad, they fight, right?
Oh yeah.
When they can't control their emotions, when they can't, you know, tell you, especially if they're in the wrong, they can't tell you, hey, this is actually what we're doing. We lay out the steps, this open line of communication. when they don't have that, people go after you. So for them to go toward their legal team, that's kind of showing me even more is like you don't have to do that. Just show everybody what you're doing. So
blockchain is transparent.
Right, there we go.
This is what we've always been preaching, is that the system we're in now is you have private government institutions, but our information is public. The switch is when institutions have to have public information and private citizens can stay private. That's the switch we're trying to have. And as a business, you have to be a good example and be able to be transparent and show people what you're doing. Unless, like some people are saying, fractional reserve all over again. So hopefully not.
So I gotta give a shout out to Crypto Cube. This comment, he said, Bitfinex has always seemed shady, but he said also never been a fan of the troll box of Poloniex. Seems sketchy and hacking. All right, I know Crypto Cube. Yeah, I know Crypto Cube's been in the game a little bit now. And he's talking about the troll box on Poloniex. For those who don't know,
the Poloniex troll box.
Yeah, Poloniex, the exchange, which I still don't know how it's still alive. You know, I joke and say it's got to be somebody young there who made a lot of money who just really don't care about operating it anymore. But Poloniex used to have the same type of chat box that's here on YouTube we're looking at. They used to have it, and people who were in the chat box all day. It's called the troll box. Talking all types of crypto stuff. It was actually pretty fun every now and then.
I used to read it, watch it for hours. I mean, it was better than TV. Seeing people go back and forth.
Yeah, it was good. People are logged on 24/7 on this troll box on the exchange. So that was actually pretty good, I think, for the community and the ecosystem, because you know people would talk different coins there. And again, this is before the ICO craze took off. This is before we had thousands of coins, so it was still you know, you could keep a conversation about 15 or 20 solid ones. But they shut that down when Bitcoin hit the all-time high of like 3K at the time or something. It was crazy. Servers couldn't handle it. It was crazy. DDoS attacks. And they shut it down. And ever since they actually shut that down, Poloniex hasn't fully recovered as the exchange to go to, where at the beginning of the year, that was the exchange to go to. So again, you see how fast these exchanges are in and they're out. And it always happens when it's a Bitcoin all-time high, people.
And I will state that you know, the reasons for these exchanges shutting down, like I said, historically, I mean, it's just, I've seen this so many times. It's hilarious that people still buy it, but they don't actually have as much Bitcoin as you think they have.
That is true too. They don't have as much money as people think.
That's what I'm telling you. They may tout how many users they have, how much infrastructure, whatever. But Peter L. Brandt, he actually one of the biggest traders in the industry, who was actually, you know, kind of on the Bitcoin side now, came out with the report stating that 87% of Bitcoin is held by, I think, 0.64% of the people.
0.064.
Something very small, which is crazy. Well, I knew it was kind of like that because we have really strong holders. Like, there are people who have a lot of Bitcoin who aren't selling for a long time. And if they do sell, you're going to have to show up with 100K for one. And I've spoken to some of these people personally, who they have a good amount, and they're literally like, man, I don't even look at the pricing. You know what I mean? Like, I'll check it in 2020. You know what I mean? They don't really care about selling it, and these exchanges are trying to figure out a way to have enough Bitcoin to sell to consumers. You got to think, all these new people coming are fighting over, you know, 10% of the supply, so to say. So that demand, that's why you're seeing a huge rise in demand as well, because once it gets to a point where you can barely buy it and people are basically meeting in dark street corners around the corner trying to do cash exchange, that's the point, you know, people are trying to get to, or we will get to demand wise.
So they're making it hard. And then one last thing on Bitfinex, somebody was asking, you know, how can that affect the market? You know what? I think if anything, it'll be the same. It'll be a small dip. Let's say, you know, let's come out and say if some of these, you know, alleged things are true and it's not the money there. Let's say they did take a huge dive. Of course it'll affect the market. I think it'll affect it for like 24 to 36 hours tops before it bounces right back. Look, people have their buy order. Like, look at the buy and sell walls. People have in buy orders right now at 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. So I don't think that wall is going to be eaten. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's major support at 5,000.
Right. So, you know, people keep getting worried. Well, what if it does this? And I'm like, I assure you, I know a group of people who are ready to buy a lot of Bitcoin at 5,000 to 7,000 range. So, again, if something were, you know, really bad with it, will we see the price dip? Of course we would. Would it scare some people away? Of course it would.
I hope it does.
Exactly. I was just about to go there too.
Get y'all out of here.
And that's what we want. We want the weak hands gone. So.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
What's going on with I can't even say this word.
Revolut.
Revolut. See, I was going to try it, people.
Like
Revolut.
Without the revolution.
Revolution.
But yeah, a couple adoption stories. So one of the things we try and add in our show is to show you that you can use Bitcoin for real life purchases. Two of them right now. Revolut is a European app. They have over 1 million users. They're actually integrating Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin payments into their app, similar to Square Cash App. They currently hold 25 currencies that you can trade. And their CEO, Nikolai Storonsky, he's actually a big believer in cryptocurrency going forward. He believes it's the future. And it's good to see that you can buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin within the app, almost instantly. Because most people, when you try and tell them to buy Bitcoin, you're like, all right, get on the exchange or get on whatever platform and buy it with your bank account. And it could take multiple steps. You got to wait a few days. But when you have an app that people already have and then you integrate Bitcoin payments, boom, they can just get right on and pay for it. That's why Cash App is popular right now. They've added some more people as well. So it's good to see that adoption from Revolut. And also, there is a Caribbean island for sale right now.
Oh man!
There, like we stated in one of our earlier shows in Notting Hill, there's a mansion being sold for I think 17 million worth of Bitcoin. There's a Rolls Royce being sold for Bitcoin. Lambos are being sold for Bitcoin. And now we have a Caribbean island. They're charging 570 Bitcoins. You can get your own Caribbean island for 570 Bitcoins. An entire island. And I know some people it's a running joke, in the crypto world, like win Lambo. And then some people are like, forget Lambos, I'm getting islands now. This literally is possible now because you can buy islands.
There you go.
Yeah, so
when there's a market, people will come.
Absolutely. And those of you who have family members or friends who are like, is Bitcoin a scheme? You can't spend it on anything. I can't buy gas. It's coming. And I promise you it's coming faster than you think. It'll be here one day and you just be like, oh man, it's here. Simply because also too, I just remembered the Lightning Network is almost complete. The breaking news came out like a couple minutes before the show. They're actually almost done. So all these payments for stuff that we're seeing are before the Lightning Network, which is a way to pay literally instantly and with zero fees using sidechains, which will allow businesses to accept it without the barrier of confirmations and things of that nature. So once that comes, payments for things like this, Caribbean islands and all that, be instant to the point, and people will be looking at credit cards funny. They'll be like, why are you using that? So
yeah, right, Tony. 2018 is going to be amazing. We've been telling people that all year, last year. 2018 is going to be the year it takes off. 2018 is also going to be the year. I think this is like my 10th time saying it, where President Trump will mention the word Bitcoin. He's trying his hardest not to. Trump. I mean, he might mention it this Friday night after they come out with that debt ceiling.
Yeah,
he's like, why don't we just use Bitcoin?
Yeah. AKA Town Person of the Year, runner-up, or whatever.
There we go.
Who votes for that stuff? But
I know, right?
I don't even know.
Get started on that.
I don't even know what that. But yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things we're looking forward to. Just him mentioning it will be a craze. We may get on live right after he says it, just
right.
Just be like, let's just watch the market together, see what happens. So,
all right. I don't think we got anything else. Today was a slow news day reception of the price of Bitcoin. Do you have anything?
Nah, that's all today, brother.
What are we doing for the free Bitcoin?
For the free Bitcoin, let's see.
And by the way, people, real quick, because I'm seeing some of these stories are like, Bitcoin's price just gained over $1,000 24 hours. We've been saying that. We've been saying that all year. That's not a story.
Yeah.
And I say this because people hit us up as soon as they see it, it just gained $1,000. $1,000 right now is less than 10%.
Yeah.
Do you all understand that? Look in the percentage terms. Bitcoin gaining, if it were to gain another $1,000 right now, that's less than 10%.
Yeah, it's more closer to 7 or 8.
You're right. These are the movements in the crypto space. You will see these swings, and we keep saying next year, wait until it's $2,000 to $3,000 days. That is coming. That will happen. Like Bitcoin's there say all the time. Up and down, up and down. When that thing's just blinking and you don't got your buy and sell orders in, you feeling sick, it's going to happen. But don't worry, you'll have a chance to buy back or sell again.
Oh yeah.
But start to expect these $1,000 plus swings in both directions, because that is what's coming next.
True. And for the free Bitcoin, if tomorrow your bank was to shut off cash, if the switch was hit and you could not get cash or use your bank, how would you live? And I want to know crypto-wise, would you buy Bitcoin? Would you use Litecoin? Would you invest in miners? Would you start trading? Just because I want people to start getting in the flow of thinking, all right, what if there is a government shutdown on Friday? Which it may be. If there's a government shutdown Friday.
Yeah, it actually might be.
That's why I said if your banking system was to shut down tomorrow, what would you do? Because literally the next day you might have to make that decision. So leave that comment. Interested to see what you'll do. And leave your public address. We'll send
Remember, leave this after the videos, people. So Paul Barnes will ask, how are we guys handling tax? Well, it's not tax season yet, so we're not handling it at all right now. But one thing we've said is, I think in February, I'm pretty much assured that the United States is going to come out with some new regulatory guidelines in February, late January, February. And the reason why, we keep talking about the holiday, they're going to get back from holiday. We're going to have a 3-day, government has a 3 to 4 day weekend on Martin Luther King Day, which is usually around the 19th. And when they come up with that is when they usually start pushing out new guidelines. So I expect the end of January, early February, we get new tax guidelines and all this stuff from the United States, because they're not going to leave money on the table when they see what happened with the crypto boom.
Yeah.
And then not only that, you can also check out what Bitcoin.tax.
Bitcoin.tax.
Yeah, Bitcoin.tax. So,
and you can also email the IRS.
Yeah.
If you need questions, email them and they'll tell you what you need to know.
So yeah. And then again, people, we're not saying to do it, but it's up to you.
Yeah.
I'm paying mine. Bitcoin's Ace paying his, but hey, we support you if you don't, for sure. Like, keep the fight going, move. Yeah. We're looking at moving, we need to, but it's definitely theft at this point. I posed an interesting question on Twitter yesterday to the reply, and it was just like, all my trading cards I have from a kid that I still have right now, if I wanted to use my trading cards as a store of wealth, would all of a sudden they be regulated and taxed? Like,
yeah, exactly.
No, that Iron Man 1992, I'm gonna need that.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
So it's theft. It is truly theft right now. So it's up to you. I'll say that.
Yep.
I saw a meetup too. So speaking of meetup too, just as a reminder, here in LA, we have it on our website as well. But December 14th, which is a Thursday, we will be doing a meetup here from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I believe. Yep. So it's a nice little bar restaurant that's in a nice little area part of town. So if you all can make it and you're in LA area, reach out to us or just look at our website. It has the directions there or the place, and join us for a crypto meetup.
Absolutely.
All right. Other than that, you all have a great day. You can follow us at Kirby Crypto. And when are we coming to Holland? Oh my goodness! Hopefully next year we're going on a world tour. Seriously,
yeah.
So we'll be everywhere. All right. You all have a good one.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Boom.